The US Secretary of State is in damage control mode after some behind-closed-doors comments. John Kerry apparently warned Israel was becoming an apartheid state. He had to issue a strong statement to apologize and say he wishes he had chosen a different word. Kerry was also at pains to insist his commitment to Israel should not be questioned. And for more on the US-Israeli relations, we can now talk to a columnist with Harretz newspaper, Gideon Levy. Mr. Levy, welcome to RT. So Mr. Kerry has actually said that he never called Israel an apartheid state, just said it was at risk of becoming one. Is there any real difference here?
Yes, there is a difference. There is also a difference between defining Israel as an apartheid state and defining the occupation as an apartheid regime. But what does it really matter? It looks like apartheid, it walks like apartheid, so it is apartheid. Israel, in its sovereign borders, is not an apartheid state, not yet. But Israel in the occupied territories is definitely an apartheid regime when there are two peoples, one with all the rights in the world and the other without any civil rights whatsoever. This is apartheid.
Right. The US State Department spokesperson Jen Psaki actually stumbled while being grilled over this question. Let's now take a listen together.
You do accept that there are people who live under Israeli administration, live under Israeli authority right now, who do not have equal rights, correct?
I don't think I'm going to analyze this further.
So the US appears to afraid strongly criticize Israel. Does that make it harder to make any progress in the peace process?
I think that John Kerry says the truth, and Israel should confront the truth. And the truth is that without peace process, without this two-state solution, Israel is going to this direction, and the world is going to recognize that this is the direction that Israel had chosen. And if this is the case, it's better that Israel will understand at time that that's the fate, to become an apartheid state which no country in the world, maybe even not the United States, will recognize.
But still, America has warned of Israeli isolation and even a global boycott. Do you think that Washington and Tel Aviv are moving apart a bit here?
No, not yet. You see even that Secretary of State Kerry says something and immediately he finds himself apologizing and regretting what he said. God knows why. I don't know. Why can't he stand behind what he said? He said very clear things about the future, not about the present. I don't understand what kind of pressure was put on him and how come that the Secretary of State cannot stand behind what he said and what is the truth. But in any case, fortunately or unfortunately, the relations between Israel and the United States are still so strong and so solid, and this will take some more time to see really cracks in this connection.
Israel has approved thousands of new settlements after the last negotiations began. And do you think this is the main stumbling block in this story?
No, it's only one of them. Israel claims that Mahmoud Abbas took one-sided steps by appealing to some kind of international organizations. But in the same time, Israel took the most one-sided and even maybe irreversible step, namely building more and more settlements. There is no other way to judge the real, genuine intention of Israel rather than to check its settlements policy. Any time that Israel is building even one more building in the occupied territories, that's the indication that Israel has no intention whatsoever to retreat and to make peace.
So why do you think Kerry can't stand for his word? Is it because of the Israeli lobby in the US? What do you think?
That's really a mystery, and I'm not sure that anyone can really answer it, because if you judge it in rational terms, I mean, how strong can be the Israeli lobby? How powerful can it be? The United States has also its own interests, and many times those interests are supposed to be contradictory to the Israeli interests. And still you see again and again, any American politician who just dares to say the truth, who just dares to criticize Israel, even in a very cautious way, immediately he has to apologize, immediately he has to retreat from what he said. This is really a mystery, and I wish I knew the answer. For sure, it doesn't make any sense.
All right, Gideon Levy, columnist at the Harretz newspaper, thank you very much indeed for sharing your insight with us. We appreciate it.